Alright, so I got my new Mechman adjustable voltage boost module in for my Suburban. It's a dual alternator model, so I have a little adjustment potentiometer here that allows me to adjust the charging voltage on my alternators. You see here they give you a little chart, tells you about what your voltage should be at depending on what setup you have. I have 12 volts, so they suggest about 16.5 is good for the batteries, which that's okay, that's not bad. But I'm going to show you what happened to the last one. And of course it's going to start to rain. Alright, so the last one, first thing, I got the harness a long while back, but one of my alternators was dead, so I only used one plug. Well, I got some new alternators and I went to plug it up. As soon as I started my truck, you can see how these are all, kind of have crap all over them from this thing melting. This caught on fire, this braided jacket here, but this wire that's tucked away, it's the actual one that started to like burn up. So Mechman sent me a new one to try out. Hopefully there was just something wrong with this harness. But let me go ahead and unhook all this. Again, I only have one alternator hooked up at the moment. Get the wrench and take that wire off. Let's get the other harness. Alright, I'm going to set the camera down real quick to make these connections. Alright, that one's kind of a pain in the ass to do. So anyway, the first connector I made just goes into the first alternator. The next thing I'm going to do is you take this wire and hook it up to basically a 12 volt constant. So you can they make it real short, so you can just hook it to your alternator stud. That way you don't have some big long wire you have to run all the way back to the battery. Let me get that on there. Wrench. Sure it's nice and tight, don't want to over tighten it. Alright, and it's coming with a little factory plug here. Now it can only go in one way. You can see those there's two little things, one on each side, down on the bottom on the inside. The plug from the factory. This is a 01 Suburban 5.3 liter, so it might be different for yours. But you can see it has a groove here and a groove right here. I'm pointing to them with my thumb. So it can only go on one way. I just want to make sure everything's getting done properly here. I'd really love for this thing just to work perfect. Now it did, I showed you that the other one had burned up, but it did actually work perfect when I only had one alternator hooked up. No problems at all. I mean, truck will charge cold, sometimes it'd shoot up to 17, but normally it'd be about 16.8, 16.9 briefly until the truck warmed up, and had no problems. Where I had the problem is when I actually got a second working alternator. and hooked it up. So we'll try it. I'm just going to leave those wires out right now because I may have to come back to this quick, because I still don't know why my wires are catching on fire. So I don't know if you guys will be able to see it from the video because I can't hold the camera out there and start the truck at the same time. I'm going to keep an eye out. I'm going to set the camera down because if this bitch catches on fire, I got to move quick. So we'll see if we get any kind of smoke. I did not adjust the controller, so it should be set to a minimum or whatever Mechman sets them to. So my charging voltage won't be where it needs to be at the moment, but for these purposes, I don't care what the voltage is. I just need to make sure the bitch don't catch on fire again. So here we go. And everything looks fine so far. Hopefully it was just a faulty harness that I had. So far so good. What it was is last time, you see this little yellow wire down here, it got so hot it just melted the whole entire harness. I'm going to open this up. It's just like a little split loom braided. I want to feel that wire and see if it's getting excess heat or anything. I really don't know what the wire does, but the only thing I've ever seen it do is catch on fire. I'm not gonna lie, that wire does seem like it is warmer than the rest. It's not smoking. But it does feel, it definitely feels warmer than the other ones. Yeah, that yellow wire is feeling a little bit warmer. Still can't get it out of here. Yep. I wonder if I adjust that screw, if I adjust this thing at all, if that's going to affect it. I mean, I have to turn it up to charge my batteries, but let's see. I don't even know what my voltage is at right now. Voltage 14.1, 14.2 at idle, 14.3, rev it up to about 1500, 2000. See, I need to be at like 16.5 at least. So I'm just going to leave it running and see what it does. I guess worst case, the bitch will catch on fire like the last one did. Let's see. Screwdriver. And they suggest you have two people help you do this. One person to hold the RPMs up, the other person to adjust the screw. Well, I don't have two people. It's just me. So you won't notice any difference at idle. You won't notice any difference until you actually rev the vehicle up. So I'm going to adjust it just a little bit, and the cool thing about this is you have to actually turn it a lot to get adjustment out of it. It helps you dial in that like perfect number you're looking for. So I'm just gonna do like one turn, one complete turn, and then go check it. That yellow wire's still hot, but it don't seem like it's getting any warmer. Let's see what happens when we rev it up. Let's see. So again, we're still 14.1 at idle. See one full turn and you really don't see any difference. So let's go back out there, give it another turn. Oh shit. Yeah, I gave it one more turn. And now it's starting to get hot. I'm gonna unplug this. Yep. Look at the plug. You can see it started to melt. That wire started getting really hot. I mean, it got so hot that it's just made this shrink tubing is really hard. But over here, it's just so soft because it's so warm. That's so weird, dude. It's funny because I'm just noticing. Take the screwdriver out of my mouth. That when I just have the one plugged in still, and everything sounds fine. As soon as I plug this in, I don't know if you guys can notice it, but the engine starts running real rough. I'll keep that bitch unplugged. Yeah, the engine starts shaking a little bit and starts running a little rough. Looks like I'm gonna be rocking one alternator for a while. Well, let's see what that adjustment did to my voltage anyway. Because like I said, it's been working with just one. This is a little long-winded. Heard my idle's up a little bit. Still only 14.5 though. That's it. I'm holding it like right around. Okay, that's 2,000 RPMs. 14.6, 14.7. This is with no load. I mean, the radio's on, but it's turned down. The bass is off. Lights are off. Air's off. 14.8. It's climbing. I'm just holding the truck. You can see that's where I'm holding RPM right there. 14.9. Still not good enough. I'm gonna give it 2 full turns this time. That's to see what we get out of it. Make sure everything's still cool. Truck's still running fine. I bet you if I plug this bitch in, it'll smoke. Yeah, you can smell it, man. That thing got hot quick. I don't know what the deal is. Let's see what 2 more turns did for my idle. Ugh. $16.5, $16.6. Truck's really not up to temperature yet either. It'll drop a little bit. Well, temperature's getting up there. Idle. Well, not idle, I'm sorry. We're sitting right there. Voltage still safe. Let's get off the gas, see what it does. That's a 300 amp alternator that I'm running. I had dual 300 amp alternators. So sucks, but they really don't put out a whole lot of power at idle. You know, I kind of wish they did, because I like to actually play my shit, like park it and just fucking wang. Like, I'm not much for sitting in the lanes with my engine fucking roaring trying to burp. So output at high RPMs really don't make a shit to me. I'd rather have something that's beast mode, you know, around 500-600 RPMs, engine RPMs. You know, there's my idle right there. But I mean, again, I'm still idle, still the same. See, the voltage kind of settled off. It's climbing a little bit though. So I'm not making this video to bash on Mechman or anybody. I was honestly just making it to cover my own ass. I just didn't want anybody saying that I was doing something fucked up or doing something wrong. I mean, like I said, I got one harness here. Worked fucking awesome. When I had, you know, this big gray port goes to your stock plug. This goes to the 12 volt post on your alternator, or just a 12 volt constant should work fine. And then this went to my first alternator. You can look at this one actually and see that when I hooked that second alternator up, it got that wire so fucking hot that it actually, you know, caused some damage on the first alternator side. You see that plug, that end right there? Like I said, in this harness, it's a white wire. That one there, that big white wire. But on the other end, for the dual alt, when I actually hooked it up the other day, nothing but trouble, dude. I almost shit myself. You see, it's just, it melted this stuff all away. It actually caught on fire. Didn't really damage these wires too much. It did burn through their insulation a little bit though. They're all bundled up inside this jacket. And then this bad motherfucker here, man. I don't know what's going on. Mechman thinks it might be my alternators, but I did actually, that second alternator, I did actually switch that out. Because I have four 300 amp alternators. But I'm only going to run 2. So I had 2 backups. And after I had the problem the first time, I went ahead and switched it out just to see if maybe hey, shit happens, you know. It could have been one of them alternators. Had the same problem with the other alternator. I guess you could also have 2 bad alternators, but I wasn't going to switch out for a third alternator. I kind of just figured there's got to be something going on with the harness, you know. Well, I guess that's it. I'm just gonna rock this harness for a while. I'm gonna send this first harness back to Mechman, and I'm going to send them one of my alternators. Maybe I'll send them 2. I don't know. Maybe I'll send them both. That way they can figure out what's going on. You know, if it's a regulator issue in the alternator or something. I don't know. I don't know shit about alternators. What am I talking about? But we'll send it to them. Let the professionals figure this shit out. In the meantime, I'm just gonna settle with what I got. I do have a competition to go to Sunday, which sucks ass. I was hoping to have both alternators, but one will suffice. I've been rocking one Ohio generator 240 since December, and it's done me good, because my stock one, I did have two. I had a stock and a Ohio generator, but my stock died around Christmas. Actually died on me while I was on the fucking highway going to Ohio. And I don't live close to Ohio, so I was fucking out in the middle of nowhere. But that's it. Let me check this one last time before I shut this down. Man, the harness is warm, but that's just because the engine's hot. That wire's cooled down a lot. Stuff's skipping back up. I don't know, man. That's crazy. Tuck this out of the way. That's pretty much how I had it hooked up, except I had my stock one was right here, but it died, so my secondary one was here, and I basically just had this plugged up over here with this little wire was hooked up to this one on my old alternators. But that's what I got. Trying to charge up some of these D1400. For anybody that wants to know, it's worked out fine for me. I mean, I have one here, I've got two more in the back, I have a fourth one that I just haven't put in yet. But the truck's electrical runs off of these batteries, these 14-volt batteries. Charging, like I said, last time my voltage, it got up to, on a cold day, it'd get up to like 17. You know, sometimes if the voltage got up to, I think once or twice, I did turn the little harness up one time for a competition just to see if it'd help any, and I forgot that I had turned it up, so on my way home the truck charged at like 17.3 before I noticed it, and I pulled over, but my airbag light came on at 17.3. Other than that, nothing. I mean, like I said, this truck's been up to 17 on many occasions when it's cold. First thing in the morning, you know, temperature's all the way down on it. And never had any issues, none whatsoever. I mean, that right there is the truck's voltage. That is not just my stereo's voltage. But they said, we'll talk to Mechman, see what happens. I guess I'll make another video when we get that shit straight.